Hi everyone, welcome back to another VR Here Talks episode. My name's Brian. I'm here on location at VR Here Virtual Reality Centre in Liverpool. And yeah, welcome back to another episode of VR Here Talks. Like I said before, it's been exactly a week since the last one. We are doing our very best to keep these every Friday. So with a busy spell at the minute at VR Here with the half-term holidays just kicking in for the 2 weeks in October. We are open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. So it's all go. I'm actually currently filming between VR Here sessions. So I'm on our lovely black sofa here and I'm going to take you through a couple of things that have caught my eye. As you can tell, it's just me today. So I'm sitting central to you guys. I've got my lovely kind of diet pop, full sugar of course, and yeah, let's go through what's been brought up in the immersive tech industry this week, or in fact in the past couple of months. So what caught my eye was actually a platform called HoloRide. HoloRide is actually I thought it was an attraction, but it is actually being shown at Los Angeles Universal Studios currently, I believe, inside the new Ford Explorer car, if I'm not mistaken. And what HoloRide essentially does is has your backseat passengers more engaged into the VR world. So they actually use a Oculus Rift, I believe the Oculus Rift S maybe, possibly. But it's quite cool because what the application does is it will sync your car ride to the particular experience. So say if you're on kind of like maybe a haunted minecart, whenever the real car turns left, so will the minecart. And what it does is just gives those passengers in the back seat kind of this fun ride, especially if you're on kind of a long drive, maybe cross country. It sounds really, I mean, I'm not too sure on how the I don't know if it's procedurally generated. Yeah, that's the word. I don't know if it's anything like that. I would assume it is at some level because of obviously each journey is different. So, you know, it would have to do it some way to make obviously a left turn match a left turn in the virtual / real life. But currently that's actually free. You can book that at Universal Studios in LA and Los Angeles. And you can go and try that out for yourself just to have a better idea. But that will be coming to actual just any car, I'd imagine. I'm assuming there's going to be some kind of setup involved. But that's really cool. I had a little look at that online and thought, yeah, I'd mention that today and just give you kind of an idea of what the daily commute might turn into. Maybe a virtual reality car ride. Definitely not for the driver though, of course. We're going to actually talk about Harry Potter. I know it's been a couple of years since the actual film. There's been obviously the Cursed Child books and the Cursed Child stage play in London. But this is to do with kind of the AR and definitely the VR side of things. There is two things I want to mention about Harry Potter. I'm a massive fan. A couple of other people are as well, including my wife Sophia. We both love watching it. Even if it's on telly, we'll just stick it on. And there's actually a app you can download on your phone from the Wizarding World app. You can now have this augmented reality, the sorting hat. You know, so it puts the sorting hat on your head and it will actually sort you into your house. So I know on the Pottermore website, and you can actually see what house you're in. This takes it a step further and it's a bit fun, so you could screen record your phone doing that as well and share that video while the sorting hat's sorting you into your house. Now the main one what I want to discuss is because we've recently added here, if you are a regular sort of a viewer to this after 2 episodes, that would be perfect, but just generally in our social media, if you take notice of our social media daily and just check what we're doing, the VR fan-made Harry Potter experience is now in here. It's made by a chap called Colin Waters, or Colin Cody Waters, if you prefer that, Colin. Thanks for letting us use this excellent experience. It's a fan-made experience. It has no way associated with Harry Potter films. It's called Ravenclaw Common Room. It is amazing. You'll be able to see it behind me. We played it and we now have it, and people love it. You can actually cast spells with the side grip buttons, and if you hold the buttons and say the actual spells that are included in the experience, it actually activates. So if I can say like Lumos, and it'll, the Lumos spell will activate. It's really, really good. What I would say, guys, is please consider donating to the wearelumos.org. So that's J.K. Rowling's charity. So please consider that. We are being able to use that for people to come and check out. And yeah, that's available now. That's kind of ties into what we do later on in the show, giving people the updates on kind of what we're doing at VR Here. So what I'm really interested in is obviously bringing the AR side of things and the augmented reality side and the VR side. What caught my eye last week was actually learning that an undergrad in America by the name of Eagle Wu, he is actually the founder of Vinci VR. They specialize in training solutions, primarily for the US Army, but he's actually received a reward of $1 million to provide a contract for the US Air Force. And essentially what they will make was virtual reality simulations of aircraft and machines in the US Air Force. And they can put the soldiers, the engineers, into that experience and learn how to fix, parts inside, let's say, an F-18 Hornet. That's one of the planes they use, or anything. Basically, they can learn and tweak and kind of do this, learning to fix things without any kind of danger. No wastage on parts, so that's another big thing. That's why VR is being used in that kind of sense, in training of not using all these particular nuts and screws and wires. You don't have to spend money, and potentially that goes to waste. It's all virtual, so you'd never be a waste of money. And what they actually do is provide that training simulation for the soldiers, but as well as that, the US Navy actually provide what's interesting me is combat ready AR simulations for the guys on board the battleships. And from what I believe is they just wear the AR headsets. I think it's the Magic Leap 1, and they simulate obviously maybe modern pirate takeovers, basically keeping the sailors on the Navy ships really snappy to any kind of conflict that will come their way. So it's brilliant to hear that, as we already know, VR being used in every kind of industry possible, but just to keep the guys in the military spot on, and they don't have to practice with fake rounds or fake bullets. They can just it's all safe, but then again it is critical that they are the simulation is realistic enough for them to engage and be ready when it hopefully doesn't happen, but when it does happen. So in Sony Park in Ginza in Japan, I believe, there is actually a Sony AR prototype headset. Funnily enough, the picture looks a bit like the back end of a PSVR, and then just the HoloLens, so it's like a mashup. And they're actually using this prototype to give people a Ghostbusters AR experience. And I've seen a couple of pictures. There's wrist devices for haptic feedbacks, and what interests me more about this is the fact that we're seeing a prototype augmented reality headset from Sony. So we might not see that in the commercial level. In fact, if I'm going to take any guess, I don't think the home user will see that. I could be wrong. I think when AR finally gets to a point where it's consumer friendly and it's a bit more price friendly for the consumer, I think we may see it. But right now, I think it's a couple of years off before you'll see that. But this AR experience apparently has 6 degrees of freedom in the head and the hands. And you can do this Ghostbusters AR experience over there in their park using the unnamed Sony prototype AR headset. And finally, the last one, what caught my eye, and I think Matt, who you met on the first episode, would really appreciate this. I think he's seen it, but this was a guy from Reddit. basically modded his Beat Saber game to work with his Philips Hue lights. I believe his Reddit name is Slot Traveler. He set up his Hue Plus app and lights in his room. Now, bear in mind, guys, he's not going to see that. He's in the headset. But people watching, man, it's going to be insane. Like, he was hitting the beats, and his Philips Hue lights were actually matching the beats going past. And if anyone's played Beat Saber, it's quite sort of a neon. It's very colourful, and it looked really cool. And yeah, I mean, great for. I think this would be great in our kind of location. This would really look amazing for the spectators. But as a home user on your own, maybe just a good Reddit YouTube / show off video just to show what's possible. But I think, mate, you're onto a winner there, especially if you can get this set up in locations like VR centres and stuff. I think you're onto a winner there, bud. So keep her up, and if you see this, if you see the video, think about it. It look amazing here for people watching. So what have we been doing at VR Here? Well, a couple of things happened over the last few days, actually. We don't want to say anything just yet, but something's about to happen, guys. Something quite big for VR Here, and we're really excited. In fact, a couple of things, but this one in particular, I would suggest keeping an eye out, especially over the next few weeks, every Friday on VR Here Talks, on our social media, which is, again, it's linked below, so everything's there, our website and all the social media links you need. Keep an eye out, guys. There's going to be something very interesting, and we're going to keep you updated on the progress while this thing happens, so please keep an eye out on that. The other thing is a new multiplayer game called Tower Tag. It's already in locations around the world and proven very popular. You can play this in kind of a free roam situation or on actual tower bases that you can make in real life. We don't have the tower bases in here, but our test yesterday went very well. We loved it. You go to different towers. It's capture the flag, multiplayer based. It's down as a PvP VR esports game. It's available. If you want more information, give us a message on YouTube or on our social media pages. It works now on 4 players, so 4-player capture the flag, deathmatch, and you just kind of like fire the gun to a tower. The tower has to kind of fill up, the charge up, and then you can literally whip yourself over to the other tower, and then using the tower as a shield, you can see your friends on the other side of the map and you can shoot them, and actually visually it's probably one of the best things I've seen. It looks very, very cool. One other thing that we've added to the VR Here section on social media, it's on its own page, our new Giphy channel. That's been going for about 2 weeks, and we're actually over 60,000 GIF views now, which we're really, really obviously happy about. You can head to the Giphy link below and you can grab yourself a cool mixed reality VR GIF that were made on location here at VR Here in Liverpool, and down in our green screen we can use the mixed reality process thanks to Liv and our green screen lighting on the end. And yeah, we've just chopped those up and made them into really cool 7-second GIFs that you can add to your keyboards. That's on Giphy, as I say, and you can grab yourself one of quite a few. You can see them behind me, and the super hot, the Beat Saber ones especially. So currently, big shout out to Matt, who's got the top views currently on the videos, the GIF views, which is his dual Darth Maul-esque inspired double lightsaber, and yeah, that's showing up there as well. And you can grab that and many others, super hard, job simulator, and we're adding more as we go throughout the year. Also, please look out for something that we might be adding for Halloween, which is currently being tested by our team. We're not having too much luck with it at the minute, unfortunately, but let's see how it goes. I think it's going to be popular if it does work. Keep an eye out for the Paranormal Activity VR experience, which we're hoping to provide for you for next Thursday, which is Halloween. And after Halloween, we will have another VR Here Talks episode out very soon. if you've booked in for VR Here and you're looking for inspiration on games to play, you're not quite sure on particular titles or experience, ask us when you come along. We can give you some really good recommendations. Our current recommended pick of the week would probably be something like Elven Assassin. It's been out for a few years now, and Elven Assassin can be played in single player. It can be played in co-op multiplayer, or it can be played in multiplayer PvP, player versus player, and it's proven to be very popular. It's a bow and arrow archery game with aspects of spells and other fun things built inside the game. It's teleport based. You don't have free teleport. You do have static teleport points where you fire your arrow into, and you do the proper bow and arrow motion. What's cool as well, our controllers give you a haptic feedback of when you're pulling the bow back with the arrow and the string, and it's really cool. You can duck as well, so in some aspects of the game, we won't tell you much about it until you obviously come and experience it here. You have to use the cover around you, so you have to actually duck in real life, especially if you're playing against your friends or family in Elven Assassin. If you like the sound of that and like the look of it, give us a message, or if you come and book with us, ask one of our team and they'll be able to point you towards Elven Assassin and set you up in multiplayer or single player game modes. And it's been a short one, guys. I must admit, I'm going to try and fill this green screen up with some content as I go in the post-edit situation. So yeah, I think that's probably a lot shorter than the last episode, certainly with me and Ben, for about 50 minutes, I believe it clocked in, and the original episode, which was the half hour. I think that's probably going to be a bit smaller this week with how busy we are on location here, as I mentioned before. Apart from that, guys, give us a comment down below, ask us any questions. We're more than happy to answer any VR related questions or immersive tech questions. And yeah, if you're interested in actually coming on the sofa with me, if you think that you'd be up to co-hosting, drop us a line, drop us a message, and I will be back next week, hopefully with another guest host, or our good friend Matt will be back, hopefully. See you again. Yes. I don't know. You know, if it probably caught it. I hope it works on PC1 now, because that'll people up. What was it?